Greetings from Bunny Tales. This is not a sponsored video. In this video, I will be reviewing the Mont Marte oil pastels to the Mungyo Gallery oil pastels. So let's get on with the review. This is Mungyo Gallery and this is the Mont Marte oil pastel. So the Mungyo Gallery is very close to 7 centimeters long and the Mont Marte is just a little bit shorter, but not by much. If you compare the diameters, the Mungyo Gallery is a little bit thicker than the Mont Marte oil pastels. The Mont Marte is about a centimeter in diameter and the Mungyo Gallery is just a bit more. Now for the hand test. On my left I have the Mungyo Gallery and on the right I have the Mont Marte oil pastels of comparable colors. So this is Gallery and Mont Marte. Gallery, Mont Marte, Gallery. It's just light. Mont Marte, Gallery, Mont Marte, so as I was trying these oil pastels on my hand, I find that the Gallery and the Mont Marte oil pastels are equally hard or equally soft. Actually, both are equally soft. Feels soft and creamy on the hands. Oh, this got some glue on that. Okay. Now onto the swatches. So as I was doing these swatches for the Mungyo and the Mont Marte, I found that both the oil pastels are quite creamy and buttery. They slide across, or they glide across the page really smoothly and evenly, and they are consistent from stick to stick. And both the sets have very rich, vibrant colors, as you can see. And here these crosses just mean that I could not find a comparable Mont Marte to the Mungyo. Here I probably just looks like I switched the colors around. So swatching. And the mix just means that I could not find a comparable Mont Marte oil pastel to the Mungyo, but I was able to get around 2 colors mixed, sometimes maybe a third one, to get to the same color as the Mungyo. Now, as for the creaminess and buttery nature, the Mungyo blend really well with very little effort. Yes, just like the Mont Marte oil pastels. Yes, for the Mont Marte. If I might add, the Mont Marte seemed just a little bit more creamy than the Mungyo. Just a little bit more. Otherwise, if I had switched these labels around, I probably would not be able to tell which came from Mungyo and which came from the Mont Marte oil pastel set. If I was blinded to the labels, I probably would not know. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Now here I noticed that I have put this color from the Mont Marte as comparable to the Mungyo, while they are very clearly different, but they're both labeled as ultramarine blue. So I don't know, it's just the name. I thought they would be similar, but they weren't. So look at that. The Mungyo and the Mont Marte blend beautifully. Very creamy, very blendable. Now onto the swatches on the black paper. So these are the swatches I had made for an earlier video where I was reviewing only the Mont Marte oil pastels. So they, compared to the white paper, they do look a little bit duller on the black paper, but not by much. I mean, you could still use them on dark or toned paper. They are fairly opaque, just like the Mungyo. This swatch is for the Mungyo 48. And like any other oil pastel set, some colors in the Mungyo set as well, they are not as opaque as some others within the same set. So I think sometimes it is not necessarily the type of band which is opaque or not opaque. Sometimes it is just the nature of the color itself that is either it's opaque or not opaque. But nonetheless, you could use the Mont Marte with equal efficiency on darker or toned paper, just like the Mungyos. Now, neither of these oil pastels produce very many crumbs. They both provide excellent coverage. They're very easy to smudge. The blending is great. And now let's just take a look at the layering of these oil pastels. So here I have my Mungyo Gallery and I have my Mont Marte. Now let's try them out. So, don't roll away, please. So that's Mungyo. Very smooth, very creamy, very good coverage. let's see how well they. The purple is really, it's very dark. Let's try with some green here. Oh, look at that. That's the Mungyo. This is the Mont Marte. I know sometimes maybe in the video it just looks very dull, but I can see that it's quite white. It's quite brilliant actually, green. Just doesn't sometimes show up too well in the video, I think. Anyway, and as far as the layering goes, I have found this with other oil pastels that I've tried as well, that sometimes it's not just a question of what will layer over what or what won't layer over something else. It is more about whether this color is dark or light. It just depends on the intensity of the color. So if you have a dark, oops, this one is Mont Marte. Anyway, the Mont Marte blue and the Mungyo blue, this is Mungyo, okay, and let's take a light color. This is Gallery on Gallery. See, it tends to blend more than layer, just like you would with the Mont Marte. But if you were to do this the other way around, that is, you were to have a lighter color below, you can see, so this is for the Mungyo, and this is Mont Marte. Now let's do a dark Gallery on top of the Gallery. See? And the dark Mont Marte on top of the dark, over the light Mont Marte. So it just depends, I think, whether the color at the bottom is lighter or darker, and accordingly you will get good layering or not so good layering. Where when I did the light on the dark, I just get more of a blending, but when I do the dark over the light, I get more of a layering effect. Suppose pressure also does matter a bit. Now, a little bit about the blending. What I have found with Mungyo Gallery as well as the Mont Marte oil pastels is that both of their whites are more like blending sticks rather than, you can't really use them for highlights. So, see, the white barely shows up on the red at all, or on the blue, but it will help you lighten. You can use the white for lightening a tone, or just blending two colors together like this. Maybe you could use it for that. Same thing for the Mont Marte. And for this reason, I absolutely prefer the Paul Rubens white or the Quelox white. So this is a Paul Rubens white I have. It just works much better for making white highlights compared to Mungyo or the Mont Marte white oil pastels. I also have here a Quelox white. You can just produce much more intense white highlights with the Paul Rubens or the Quelox compared to the Mont Marte or the Mungyo Gallery white oil pastels. In conclusion, though, I feel that the Mungyo and the Mont Marte feel the closest to each other compared to, say, the Paul Rubens and Mont Marte, or the Quelox and the Mont Marte. So Mungyo Gallery oil pastels feel the closest. Both sets have whites that are more useful as blending sticks rather than as if you were to use them for highlights, uh, for which Paul Rubens and Quelox remain unbeaten. Well, that is all I have for the comparison between the Mungyo Gallery oil pastels and the Mont Marte oil pastels. I hope you found the video informative, and if you did, please like and subscribe. Enjoy drawing, and goodbye until I find something else to review. Have a nice day.